That's very true.
Well, I'm glad someone knew because we don't have any spots for him.
Thank God you agree, because we don't have any.
All right. So, last time we left off with the Monster Monday, the Light, the Monsters 5, the Bane to the DM's existence. We left off with. What?
That sounds pretty rude.
But is it wrong?
I don't know.
We left off with you lot. I believe that was the Hammer Quest was the last one, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We killed the Forge.
Yes, as you guys took a side mission heading out to take on a hellish forge inside of what looked to be a long dead dragon. You all jumping through some walls, tearing a new asshole into the dragon multiple times, making sure to put your entire body within its bowels. Truly, it was a unique fight for the party.
So many ass jokes were made.
Too many, some would say.
I had a
Sounds like
good
real
time.
pity situation.
Huh? What was that, Kim?
Would you say?
I said someone
No,
would
that does
like.
not mean they.
God damn it. Alright, but yes, the party managed to go through, slaying this creature, and started heading back. And I believe we left off as you guys were heading back to town, correct?
Yeah, I had just grabbed the Fierce Chain.
Oh yeah, and Daga decided to zoom off to somewhere.
Yes. Yes, Daka had, noticing that one of the items had suddenly activated inside of his head, or his radar was going off for it, he started shooting off at the speed of light after Seiko had taken the Fear's chains and sealed them away for the time being. You all, we come back to you all heading down the road, about halfway through your walk. I do believe you took the wagon, if I remember correctly. As you with Sieko pulling the wagon, the rest of you kind of relaxing. Along the way with the journey, as you're about halfway through, the sun somewhat setting in the distance. You start to hear some rustling in the bushes. Catching your eye, Echo, for a moment as something shiny starts to move about. You start to hear some grumbling coming from within the same area that sounds louder than you expected.
Can I get a rough shape of who it is with tremor sense?
With tremor sense, you at first sense two beings. You sense something to be somewhat short, based on. You can give me a perception check. Actually, just give me to get details.
I have advantage, but only a +1. Let's see.
Let's see what we got. Okay.
28.
Yeah, so as you're kind of starting to slow down the pace, feeling out, kind of slapping your feet against the ground a little bit harder just to get a better, clearer picture, you get the impression of some sort of short, boxy-like creature that seems to be hiding in the bush, as well as another creature that seems to have a strange amalgamation. You can't get a full reading of what they are, and their shape seems to continue to shift. Kind of causing your almost as if you're like looking at someone through a blurry set of glasses, not really being able to tell exactly what they are. But as you come to a stop, the bushes continue to move about, and you start to hear the growling getting slightly louder.
I'm gonna unbridle myself from what I'm using to pull the cart.
Okay. The rest of you start to notice that the wagon has been slowed down to a stop, and can now start to hear the slight growling coming from the side of the path.
What time of day is it?
It is late evening, so sun is starting to set.
Okay.
What would you all like to do?
I could try to scare him off. I mean, whatever it is. If it's an animal that's growling, they should act by animal mentality, at least somewhat. You know what? I'll snarl towards the bushes and see if they react in any way.
Okay. As you do, you suddenly see a orange warforged start to walk out of the bush, covered in gemstones, and immediately fall over into the ground, collapsing into dust.
What the?
Huh.
And behind it, moments later, you hear, Equest, would you like to describe yourself?
Equest appears to be a goblin. Is 3'5" in height, with messy dark brown hair with the occasional white patches on a few strands. Her skin color is blue-green, and running along her arms and her shoulders is black scales. Her clothing looks to be what is either tattered remains of clothes taken either from a graveyard or someone who happened to meet an untimely end, and poorly stitched armor.
As this creature comes out of the bushes, Equest, you see Sieko kind of towering over you, slightly growling in your general direction.
Hello, mister.
Just confused now.
Who are you?
Oh god, not another.
As you see Bastion poke his head, you see this evil Warforged fiendish look of this small head kind of poking out, and then suddenly this long-legged Thrycreen stepping out of the wagon itself.
I say, don't forget, Bastion's not small anymore because he never
Bastion is
got,
big.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's a big
he never got his
bowling ball.
removed, so he just
Does he still have his proportions? Is he
Yep.
still like
His gut is still pretty large compared to the rest of him.
stubby arms and
Mm-hmm.
big
He's just a
belly?
little. It's Big Weld. He's big.
Mr. Big One.
Mr. Bigwell.
I'm sorry, Bastion.
I don't even get that reference.
Evil Bigwell. You don't know robots?
You know the robots
It's a good
do?
movie.
I guarantee you get this reference. I just don't think you remember who it is.
That guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Big Weld.
Bigwell.
So, Equus, seeing that there is more than just this one creature, she's going to kind of take a few steps back and then just kind of observe, trying to see and identify what exactly are y'all.
All right, give me a perception check here, real quick, just to see if you can catch on to any traits that catch your attention.
Oh, I got a 13.
You can immediately smell the scent of a Tarask coming off of Sieko, strong enough that you recognize that this creature is a Tarask of some sort. Bastion, you're unsure. You've never seen a creature like this before, even in your travels prior to. And Tekdrick, you've actually seen quite a few Thrycreen. However, most of the ones you've seen are short, stubby, and more your height. Also, most of them are covered in like purple rocks for like their outer skin.
You're quite large. Why?
I'm not large. You're small.
Yeah, you're small.
I don't
What was
think so.
What was that thing you did with the dust? Was that you or?
That? No, I have no idea what that is. But
I want to go and look through the remains of that robot.
Okay.
I say I was tempted to dust.
Yeah, as you kind of look over it and start how are you gonna, or what are you looking for?
I'm gonna shift through like its remains, see if I can find anything that kind of stands out as either strong or unique.
You notice some mithril dust inside of it that catches your attention. There's some a little piece of Oventium about the size of your pinky nail, roughly. There is what looks to be some sort of bronze-like material for the main body, and the rest seems to have just been a simple iron, from what you can gather by the smell and taste of it.
All right, I will be taking that piece of Aventium. And
Okay, you can add 1 gram of Oventium to your inventory.
all right,
Smells like home.
It does. Ben?
Do you have a name?
Yeah, sorry. Very rude of me.
She will stand up straight and give a slight bow.
My name is Equus. And I am a chimera.
Do I know what a chimera is?
Give me a history check.
14.
There's a couple that are well known. So you'd know a little bit about their species. You'd know that they're typically really large, full of animal parts, and known to be very prideful, similar to dragons, when it comes to their lairs. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, my name's Tickdrick.
Hello.
Sea Echo.
They just call me the Forgotten Song.
That's an interesting name. How'd you get it?
Long story.
He's gone through many names.
You know, it's true.
As you lot start to kind of introduce yourselves, Equest, you notice they're heading towards a town that you passed through about a day ago and was being burnt down and destroyed. You saw a bunch of people being led off in chains by a group that seemed to all be wearing like blue scale plate and such, but otherwise there's not much else north of where you guys are currently.
I hope. Well, where y'all heading?
Back to his town where our base is set up right now.
It wouldn't happen to be that town. Just about I want to say maybe a day's trip from here, because that one's burning.
What?
Yeah, it's on fire. Some people are being taken away.
I am going to cast teleport.
Oh,
And leave the wagon behind?
Yep.
Are you leaving the rest of the party behind?
Oh, that's up to if they resist or not.
I'm
I
gonna
just-
resist. I don't know what's going on.
I'll go.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Alright. Quest has no idea what you're doing, Sieko, as you go turn it over to them and start prepping teleportation as your spell.
The ring would flash, and everyone that is fine with going would just be gone.
Equest, moments go by, and as you see as they just vanish and teleport out of there, you see they leave their wagon here. Some random stuff in the air, a couple of doodads here and there. You do notice one of the items on the inside the wagon as you start digging through it. There's a 2x2 Rubik's Cube looking item that is laying there.
Those are in my bag. You
Wait.
can't do that to me. They are mine.
In your bag of holding. Do you have a bag of holding? Did I give you one?
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
shit.
also on my. I have them on my equipment. I don't take them off my equipment.
Fair. But as you look about, you find a couple of doodads here and there, just some random pieces of metal, some little interesting pieces of what looks to be some boards. To be honest, the harness is a little bit large for you as you look at it, realizing it was designed for someone of, Sieko's proportions. But it's a perfectly good wagon. This would probably fetch you, from what you've seen people riding around in them, people seem to like these things and would like to usually buy them from you. So,
You think we can move this? Yeah, I don't think so. It's quite large.
in the
See if I can
distance.
find its use. Maybe I'll be lucky and a traveler will come by and he could buy it off of me before they come back. Though I do want to know how he teleported. I want that.
Equest begins to sit down and talk to themselves as they work and look through the wagon. While this is going on, Sieko, Bastion, and Tikdrik, you find yourselves teleporting to the outskirts of the. Well, actually, Sieko, where are you teleporting to? Specifically.
The place I would be most accustomed to would be that underground area that I
Okay.
originally paired. What's his face was the druid.
Okay. As you teleport to the bottom, the lower section underneath the city, you find yourselves in the central room where the tables have been set up, food had been set up, and there is blood everywhere. You see the tables have been tossed up. Some of the portion of this area is on fire slightly. You can see that the bodies of some of your compatriots, a couple of kobolds, have been thrown strewn in the room. One of them having their head been put on a spike right next to the fireplace. You do, as you start to kind of look around, Tikdrik, you immediately notice your crafting area has been destroyed. Everything's been tossed about and crushed. Other than the magical equipment, the ores you left here are all gone. As you guys kind of start to look a bit more, you don't see, you can't find Maznod Jr. or Horv at all or anywhere. But it is, everything is a mess and destroyed. Is there anything you lot would like to do while you're here?
Is there any clues of anything?
Also,
What
everybody has
happened
a
here?
true sight.
Ah.
In case it wasn't known.
Okay. As you look about, Tikdrik, give me an investigation check. Actually, everyone, give me an investigation check, since I assume all of you'll be looking about.
29.
I'll
Jesus.
say I'm definitely not. I know what Sieko's doing.
Okay. Bastion, are you okay?
Yeah, 1 sec. I was not prepared. Silly me.
How dare you not be prepared?
17.
17. All right. As you kind of start looking around up in the upper area, you find after a few minutes, Bastion, Sibirk, one of the orcs from earlier, laying at the entrance, bloodied, beaten, having what looks to be imprints of fists on his chest, a slashed across on his his stomach, both his legs having been removed, and he looks to be barely conscious as he's kind of coming in and out of it. Tikdrik, as you're looking about, you start kind of digging through everything, looking. You find Cameron's lair down here, and find that it has been trashed as well. As you look in one of the corners, it looks like there was a bloody battle, as there's just viscera everywhere. But no bodies are found, and there's nothing to really give you an identifier of what happened in the room or what these creatures were. But as you keep digging around and looking, you find towards the back tower the wording in common that says simply "Rylos was here," written on the side of the wall. Sieko, what were you wanting to do while they're investigating?
So, Sieko's never been the most level-headed when he's actually angry, and he knows, because he's seen on the map, where this nation is, that he thinks at least did it. He's running upstairs and running in that direction.
Okay.
He's on.
What do you mean?
Meaning he's running over the bridge, up the ladder, and heading north towards the Drowlands.
How does he? What clue does he have?
Go ahead.
I had a letter from a nation, I think it was 2 sessions ago, of someone who was not happy about what happened to the slavers here. So if I had, and with a new slaver nation just popping up, I'd have to guess.
I see.
As you charge forward, though, you pass as Bastion is looking down at Sibirk's corpse, almost completely dead corpse here, who's coming in out of consciousness. Are you just going to run past and go up the ladder?
I'll do a drive-by healing.
Oh, I was. Yeah,
Okay.
I can lay on hands too.
Oh. Alright, Sieko, what are you casting? Or doing for your healing?
I'm giving him a second level cure wounds. They just sprint by.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Alright.
7 minimal healing.
Alright. You watch as the like divine light kind of expands out from Sieko's hand for a moment, and as it hits Sivrik, you normally assume that color would come back to the face. Maybe some of the body parts that have been chopped off would close up the areas. Nothing seems to change. Do you keep running, Sieko?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sprinting by. I'm not even looking to see if the healing worked or not.
Okay. Bastion, as you see Sieko run off, you watch as the healing doesn't take effect. What would you like to do?
Does anything stand out about him other than like his color and whatnot?
Give me an investigation check for him specifically. Or a medicine check if you're trying to figure out if something wrong with his wounds.
I will go medicine, and I got a nat 20.
Nice! Yeah, as you look about, you're familiar enough with magic to recognize these wounds are wounds caused by an item that is enchanted with the enchant. I believe it's called Certain Death. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I believe certain stops from healing for like the next 6 seconds when it hits you.
Yeah.
Not mistaken.
Let me make sure.
It's the rare item chain.
Yes. Yeah. So as you look about, you're able. These weapons seem to all match that. They may be more powerful as these wounds don't look to be fresh. In fact, with that medicine check, you can tell that these are at least 24 hours old. However, the fact that they're still not healing after cure wounds means that there's probably some sort of curse on this person, or the certain weapon of certain death was much stronger than you thought.
Well, that's probably not good.
Bastion.
Oh well.
That's a
I'll start
problem.
heading towards where Sieko went.
Okay. As you start to, you hear Ticktrick come up behind you.
There's some writing on the wall about Rylos was here.
And as
Yeah.
As Ticktrick says this, Sieko, as you're running up the thing and heading into the town, everything is leveled. All but your single tower, where as you pass by it, you can feel something. There's something wrong with the tower, based on your tremor sense. Do you want? How about you give me a perception check to see what it looks like?
You'll get 1 as I run by because I'm not stopping. That's a nat 20.
You recognize the shape. It's the shape of what looks to be a dragonborn flexing. Has been carved out of your tower, or your tower's been morphed into this. You recognize the shape. It's very similar in proportion to what you remember Rylos feeling like, looking like. Yeah.
There's about to be a slaughter. Anyone?
However, with that, you also notice there are 3 other life forms in this town within the borders of the wall that you can that you're sensing that are alive and walking around. From that, with given the distance, it's hard to make out exactly what who they are. You don't recognize their shapes, but you do recognize one is short and wearing a lot of heavy plate. Another seems to be carrying around something kind of heavy, and the third you can definitely recognize as a dragonborn.
Since I'm not going to slow down, I'm going to announce myself in the most Sieko fashion. I'm going to let out a really loud bellow as I sprint.
Roll intimidation.
Because if anyone knows me, they're going to know it's my roar. Even a little bit. 23.
Alright, let's see. They don't seem to change their direction. They seem to be heading still towards the statue, which was formerly your tower.
Like, are they coming towards me, running away from the tower, or from a different direction?
No, they seem to be just coming towards the tower, coming from what you can sense seems to be the east, from the eastern entrance. They don't seem to even have been phased. There wasn't even a slight stop to, as you roared out.
Well, good for them. I'm on the prowl.
Alright. You charge off. Bastion and Ticktrick, what are you doing here?
I'm trying to catch up to Sieko.
Okay. Tick, are you following after as well?
I guess.
Okay. As the party charges up the ladder, trying to keep up after, you both see as you're running past, with your passive perception after a few moments, three cloaked figures walking towards the tower, Bastion and Tick. They seem to all be roughly of medium height. You'd guesstimate roughly around the 6 foot, maybe 5 to 8 feet tall range, except for one who looks to be a bit shorter. They all seem to be heavily cloaked, though, and seem to be trying to hide their presence slightly.
I'll go ahead and shout out to them. What are you doing here?
One of them kind of stops, and the other two behind him, the shorter, and then the one that you hear slight hissing come from, also come to a kind of an abrupt halt, running into each other. The one out front kind of slowly removes their cowl, and you see this bright white hair and this suddenly large banner that appears in the guy's hand, showing the design of what looks to be a silver musical note.
And that is Silver Songs.
He just seems to slam it into the ground and angrily look over at you lot. And you see as his eyes seem to track Bastion specifically, as Bastion continues to chug along.
Do I
Shot
recognize this?
With your
Like,
passive
USD.
perception, yes, you can see it. What was your question as well, Tick?
I shout to Bastion to
Okay.
wait a second.
As you shout out to Bastion, you hear as Tick yells and kind of gesturing towards the figures.
Do I recognize that? Or
You recognize the banner, yeah. It's immediate recognition.
well, first thing first. Yeah, that's probably not good. Yeah, my dagger is out, and I am just beelining for them.
Okay. As you start charging forward, Tick, are you going to join in with this, or are you going to stand back and
Yeah.
watch? Okay.
Gonna join in.
Equest, as you're standing there for a few moments, after a couple of moments of you kind of talking, thinking about what to do with the wagon, you hear a slightly familiar voice from an older gentleman you had run in along the road that had been kind enough to give you some traveling rations along your travels. You sense great power from him originally, but sensing that he didn't have anything of value on him, being any value to you, you kind of left him be and just took the rations. As you hear the familiar voice, as a knocking sound is heard on the side of the wagon, he goes, excuse me, is there someone in here?
Oh, hello.
Oh, yes, the little goblin. I recognize you. He kind of smiles and goes, good to see you're out here traveling. What happened to the owners of the wagon?
Well, I told them that because I was wondering where they were going. They told me the town not too far from here. I told them that it was burning last I saw, and they kind of just teleported.
Interesting. Are they friends of yours?
I just met them.
He nods and goes, well, fair enough. I'm heading north. If you would like to join, I'm happy to saddle up a creature for the wagon, and we can head that direction.
Oh, I would love to.
He nods, and you see as he pulls out some little bauble out of his pocket and throws it forward, and a large grizzly bear suddenly appears as he starts barking orders in a strange tongue. You don't speak Sylvan, do you?
Oh, I do.
You hear him speaking in Sylvan, ordering Buzzy the bear to begin pulling the cart immediately at top speeds. And you see the bear seems to kind of crawl over, harness itself up, and seems to wait until the old man kind of sits up at the front, and it starts taking off as fast as a bear can run, which is, I think, 30 30 feet.
Bears go 40 in D&D and they dash at 80.
There you go. Going about 80 feet around, they start heading off.
Wow.
Moments go by, and while you're coming into the initiative, we will go ahead and run it. Everyone, roll initiative.
All wrong.
Let's see. What you-
27.
I would just like you all to know that my impulse roll was an 8.
That works.
Wait, DM, am I also?
Correct.
10.
10. All right.
7.
15.
15, and then Daka will get a 9. All right. Equus, at the top of the order, you move another 80 feet. You have 4 rounds until you will be within eyeshot of the town.
Okay.
All right. Tigdrick, you are up first. The 3 opponents, we'll call them, that you now see as they remove, or the first has removed their cowl, you start assuming them to be tieflings. They all seem to be about 20 feet from you and grouped in a single line. So the front one being 20, the one behind them 25, and the shortest, or the tall, hissing one seems to be about 30 feet from you. All just standing in the single line, middle of the road. There are no buildings, so there's really nowhere you can naturally stealth that you can see. However, the sun is starting to go down. Your true sight is active still, by the way.
And you said they're tieflings, right?
You assume them to be tieflings, yes. The first one was that you can definitely tell is a tiefling.
Okay.
The one with the white hair.
I'll go up and dash up to them,
Okay.
and then pull out the dagger, and I'll go ahead and stab them. Now, one of the things I have is advantage in all checks against tieflings from way back,
All right.
so that's nice.
Which one are you?
Finally.
Which one are you gonna attack? The white-haired one with the banner?
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy pissed me off.
All right.
Okay. Well, as is, gotta get a bad roll out with advantage. 20 to hit.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Man rolled a
So that will
fucking
be-
9 and a 2.
21 damage.
All right.
And then I will activate the Steel Wind Strike, which will be 60-10 to the 3 of them.
Okay.
So 22 force damage to all 3.
Okay, you notice as the force from the wind seems to blow the cowls off the other 2 figures, and they reveal what looks to be a dwarf and a dragonborn face.
Is it Dragonborn Rylos?
The dragonborn is bright red scaled and has like spikes all along his jaw. This is definitely not Rylos.
Okay.
This one looks
Okay.
formidable and carries what you can tell is a large weapon on their back behind their cowl or their cape.
Okay. And how much movement did he use to run up to them?
So to the front line would have been 20 feet.
Okay. Okay, gonna go and stab again.
All right.
28 to hit.
Fucking yeah, that hits.
This time it'll be 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
60-10 again. For all 3. 40 that time. That was big.
You watch as the wind hits them, and it seems to cause slight cuts along their body. However, now the shortest one you see is wearing full plate. The dwarvish fighter here, as you don't see anything else on them that tells you what they use. Still covered in their cape. Their plate seems to gleam a bright bluish color.
Okay.
All right, as you
I
slash
still have
in.
another
Yes, go ahead.
2 attacks to go. It's a 30 that time. Almost.
That hits.
Not even a crit.
I had 7 that time, plus
Okay.
another 60-10. 29.
All right. Again, watching as the wind blows these capes about, but they don't seem to move, not allowing you to see these people's equipment.
Okay, one more. Oh, that was the lowest. Yeah, 18.
That does not hit as you slash at the standard bearer, who manages to dodge finally out of the way after you slashed into them 3 times. Cutting through their metal, their armor, you see as clean stab marks are coming through, a reddish blood seeping out of the wound. They seem to grimace, but they seem to still be slightly smiling, with teeth clenched and blood coming out of their mouth slightly.
Okay, I'll go ahead and back up 30 feet. And you said there's no buildings, right?
Correct. It's just pretty much everything minus the statue. The now tower turned statue is the only thing in this area, which is about 40 feet behind you.
Yeah, I'll back up 30 feet, and then I will go ahead and dig down into the ground.
Okay. All right.
And then burrow 20 feet.
Okay. As you back up and start digging into the ground, all right. You start pulling, chunks out. I will say, how deep did you want to go?
I'll go down 10 feet and then a different 10 feet in a different direction, so that I am not easily predicted as being.
More I was asking because Tick-Trick would know about 40 feet underground you were gonna go through the ceiling of the.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was specifying. I was like, wait.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, just 10 feet down.
Okay.
10 feet in a.
All right. Up next, as Tick-Trick starts burrowing into the ground to huddle away, Bastion, you are up with the charge. Same thing, about 20 feet in front of you is the... start to recognize this person. They look very familiar to you. You're not sure who, but this starts to ring bells to you. This white-haired tiefling, the short-plated dwarf, and the dragonborn, all standing about 20 feet, 25 for the dwarf and 30 for the dragonborn, all in a single line, having just taken a brutal beating as Tick-Trick basically flashed in and then flashed out.
So I'm going to point my dagger of Horned One's hate at the tiefling, and Bastion's just gonna go, "You're mine, motherfucker." I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit. Alright. 21.
Damn. Okay, it succeeded. Let's see, I don't think it did anything. Spell doesn't restrict target's movement for that. Compelled Duel, does it do anything?
If they save, I don't think it does anything if they save.
It just says it doesn't restrict target movement. Anyway, I'll just start moving towards the tiefling.
Alright, you start charging towards the tiefling. It looks to be unfazed by you, and almost smiling even larger at you as you come closer to it, with bloodied teeth in its mouth. You rush up the 20 feet. You are now right in front of the creature.
Much like Tick-Trick, I have advantage. So I rolled an 18 and I have a plus 15. I don't think the math needs done.
You hit, yeah. Fucking criminy, guys. I forgot you're the fucking tanks to hit.
So it is 11 piercing, magical piercing if it matters, and then 5 cold damage.
Alright. How much was the piercing, sir?
It was 11.
Okay, no worries. As you slash into the creature, you watch, again, the wound goes right through the metal, and seems to... The cold, though, you don't see the traditional ice spikes coming out of the wound. It's almost as if the creature was unfazed. And it seems to smile at you as you stab into it. You also are at this point able to notice, being this close up to it, and Tick-Trick not being the type who stares, really is looking into the eyes of who he's killing, you being someone who, this is a personal thing now, you can tell this standard bearer, if you will, has no tongue.
Man can't even explain himself.
I don't think he was going to explain himself. Not gonna lie.
No, I don't think he was. I'm saying he doesn't even have the
Does
armor.
the armor on the other ones look the same?
The armor on the dwarf that you now recognize as a hill dwarf, being this close up, you can seems to be a bluish metal. You're not sure what that is. You can use an action to give me or a bonus action to give me an investigation check or a perception check or history check to see if you know anything to the material. The Dragonborn, as the cloak had been moving earlier, you were able to at least see with your passive that they're not wearing armor. They're just basically wearing a small cloth, and that's all you were able to catch a glimpse of. It's just their scales. So.
Could I go past the tiefling without, or to hit the Dragonborn without a...
You'd still be within, because you would still be within the 5 feet of its range. So you can stand technically right next to the middle one, which would be the hill dwarf, and hit all three without leaving their areas.
Okay. I will swing at the Dragonborn.
Okay. All right.
22.
That does not hit as your dagger bounces off his scales, and he starts to laugh with his hiss still going on.
Well, that was my 2 attacks and movement, so that is my turn.
All right. Daka continues on his journey because I didn't take him out of the encounter. So, all right. Well, Daka's off adventuring. He's currently singing, having a real good time, surfing the waves. The standard bearer is now going to take a nice little stab at Bastion. Apologies, I was reading something as well. Bastion, I will mention, due to the fact of your true sight, you do notice something with your true sight, and I forgot to mention this, Tick. My apologies on that. This creature is wearing, under some sort of illusion spell that seems to make them invisible, a pair of glasses that seem to have gems in both of them. You can easily tell that based on knowing or being able to naturally cast True Sight that these are 2 gems with True Sight's runes carved into one each that it's using. And
Tick, it can see you.
You shout out to no one.
Solid earth, bro.
Yeah, as you look around, there's just nothing. You see a little, like, a tumbleweed kind of fly by the road.
Yeah, that's good old Tick Trick.
Tick Trick is gone. This creature is going to try and stab you with its pike. Slash standard. That is a 24 to hit, Bastion.
It misses, and unless it's magical, it wouldn't do anything anyway.
It is magical.
Okay. Still misses.
Alright, it is going to use its second attack to then fucking roll another 24. I turned this thing off, didn't I? No, I did not. Well, I'll roll with it. Alright, and then as its bonus action, it's going to go ahead and use its Flame Burst ability. I need a dex save from you, Bastion.
I'm immune to fire. I'm just gonna take it.
Well, shit. Well, you're gonna learn the other 2 are as well, because they don't take any damage either. But let's see how much damage it was. 10 points. Oh. Alright. I forgot you were immune.
Someone acknowledged the 10 points of damage somewhere.
Yeah, in the afterlife, that will be remembered.
I felt it from down here. It was a little
Tick
warm.
Trick's like, wow, the ground just got warm.
Hey, you got a nice conventional oven now.
Internal heating. How nice.
Make a new home down here.
I'm gonna real quick refresh this page because I'm gonna use the actual dice because I've learned that thing does not roll well for me. Alright, but I will keep this set to everyone so you can see the rolls. Okay. As that ends its turn, it has nothing else it can do. Sieko, you're still running at full speed?
Oh yeah.
What's your full speed, just so I know? Per round?
165.
Okay. It's gonna take you... Let's see. How many feet are in a mile? Hold up.
Like 5,280 or something like that.
I think that's almost.
That's a rough estimate. I don't know if that's correct.
That's why I'm grabbing it. Don't worry. Yeah, 5,280. Alright, so... Let's see. So we've got... you're heading towards that island, so including the water, that's gonna be at least Well, it's shit. Let's see. That'll be at least 3. Give me a minute. I've got to do my own calculations. I don't have a calculation preset for the city to somewhere else. So, one moment.
Yep.
He can be running for a while.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%.
I'm not expecting it there quickly, but I'm gonna get there, goddammit. And I'm gonna have my vengeance.
Alright, so it's 167 miles. So 7 times 5,280. That's 88,176. Well, that's 881,760. My apologies. And you said how far you can go each round?
165.
165. Alright, so it will take you 5,344 turns to get there.
He'll be going for a while.
Alright, so now we have that measurement. Keep track of that, because at some point that might be useful, and I'm not going to remember that information.
I'll write it down. Hold on. 5,000.
That's a long time.
Yeah. 5,344 rounds at 165 feet per round.
Times it by 6 if you want actual.
Yeah, let's see how much time that'll be.
I was gonna say I'll constantly edit this if you tell me that. I'll keep lowering rounds.
That is 320,640 seconds, which we then divide that by
60.
Yeah.
60
Or,
per minute.
or 3,600 if you want hours.
Yeah, that's true. So here. I'll figure all that out after session. Alright. Okay, so you keep running. Alright. The Dragonborn is up, and immediately, oh no. Alright, Sebastian, you start to feel your power grows slightly. You gain 4 extra damage on every time you hit with a melee attack, due to this Dragonborn's ability called Aura of Hate. Which means all fiends and undead deal extra damage. There you go. So keep track of that. That's just one of his bonus things. Alright. He is looking you up and down. He's going to use his thing to give me an investigation check. Which, alright. Okay. And alright, with what he knows about you now, he is just going to try and smack you with his battle axe that he suddenly pulls out from behind this large cape that seems to fall to the ground as if the strings are being cut. This axe, what's up?
Oh yeah, he had a large weapon.
Yeah, this battle axe seems to have what looks to be fiendish like teeth and fangs, all kind of decorating the edges of the axe. It's made of what you don't know what the metal is without a check, but you can sense just based on your race that it is also powered by some sort of fiendish energy. The whole shaft of it is just nothing but bone, very large bones that have been connected through weldings of what looks to be just some sort of cheap metal. This is he immediately starts to swing at you, smiling and cackling with a hissing undertone to it. And can't hit for shit. 16 does not hit, I assume.
No.
Let's
Is
see.
it the same metal as the green fucking dense as shit metal that was from the Hells?
Yes, that would be,
That
yeah.
one does.
Yeah. So that's a 30. All right, perfect. He does, now this is magical slashing, a total of 18 slashing damage. And another 10 points of cold damage. How do you turn down the sound of the dice? They are very loud. Yeah, give me a minute. How the fuck do you turn that down? Alright, we're just going to turn Google Chrome all the way down. Okay. Alright, and then he is going... Oh, well, you're immune to necrotic, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, I'm just going to roll this because of the fact. Alright, another 4 necrotic normally. Again, this would have come to use from someone else. And he gains back.
Does he gain it back if the necrotic does damage?
It does not need to do damage.
Oh.
He just needs to successfully hit him. All right. That was his second attack. He gets one more as he comes back around for a third. Oh, that almost was bad. 28 to hit.
28's my AC.
So it does not hit as it bounces off of you. He still seems to be madly cackling with this hissing undertone as he does so. He is also going to use his bonus action. Actually, no, because he activated his Aura of Hate, so he can't. Never mind. All right. Thus ending his turn as he continues his mad cackling. The hill dwarf that you now see pulls out some sort of what looks to be a medallion out from beneath their cape and starts to hold it, and it starts to glow with golden light. I don't have a prompt dice for this, so give me a second. This is just going to be a d20 plus 7. Actually, hold up. Actually, no. Give me one. I hate that this thing doesn't fucking auto set up to you. Okay. One moment. I swear, I'm prepared. I didn't know this one wouldn't fucking, if you run encounters in this, basically, if it's not a homebrew monster, they have, like, dice rollers and, like, info on them. Like, you can hover over for spells and such, and unfortunately, that did not happen. Give me a sec. Alright, he begins to chant in Dwarvish, praying to his holy mother, known, you hear, because you speak Dwarvish, correct?
I do not.
Oh, you do not. Alright.
That would be the man in the ground, right?
That's fair.
Bug.
Right. He starts to speak in Dwarvish as you hear a strange kind of guttural sounding, very deep language, coming off as almost like a really rough mix of German and Russian. And I need a con save from you.
Check that constitution right there.
Yup.
17.
Oof. That does not pass. Or that does not succeed. You are suddenly blinded for the next 1 minute.
Okay.
Which is 10 rounds. Just as a heads up. All right. And unfortunately, that ends its turn. Oh, it's not moving actually. Instead, it is going to go ahead and cast Cure Wounds onto this gentleman. Let me get the dice for that.
Question: does the true sight is it
I was just about to ask
blocked
that.
by the blindness?
No, the spell still goes through. Because blindness is a curse effect, not like as in so it actually like blinds your eyes in a sense, making you physically, biologically blind.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's gonna be 1d8 plus 10. Wow. I rolled a 1. Alright, as you hear the sound of like singing, almost a celestial ringing out, as the hill dwarf casts a spell. Equess, the bear doubles its speed. It will take you one more round to get there now. As you watch as it starts sprinting faster, fur seeming to kind of fall off of its legs.
Oh,
Fast bear.
I don't think that's supposed to do that.
The old man just looks back and goes, "Oh no, don't worry. He's a special biologically designed bear. I raised him myself. In fact, what you don't understand is he's actually part homunculus, and that's probably the bits I stuck on him." And he kind of continues or panders off with that. As you starting now to be able to see the city in the distance, the smoke kind of still on the air above it. Tick, you are up and you are underground.
Yep. I'll go ahead and crawl out of my hole.
Okay.
And let me see. I would like to line up in a way that 15-foot cone would hit the three of them, but not Bastion. Is that possible?
No. Even well, actually no. With your movement speed, oh yeah, you could go to the back of their line now that they're with them all facing forward towards Bastion, in a sense, right from where you guys were originally, and going behind them. You could step back. How big's the cone?
15 foot.
Yeah, you could with your speed 10. It takes movement to climb out. That's another 10. Plus, I do need an acrobatics for the climb out, or an athletics. I'll take either.
Speed.
Never mind, you do. Yep, forgot about that. So, yep, that'll be in total 10, 20, 40, another 15 feet. That'll put you at 65 feet, roughly, of movement.
Yep, I've got enough then.
Oh, yeah. You rush off to the behind them without them noticing you, as they seem to be like isolated, focused on Bastion, and you now stand behind all of them.
Okay, and then bonus action, I'm going to activate my armor to do the Dragon's Breath paralyzing breath.
Oh,
So
okay.
give me a con save for the 3 of them.
Alright, so for the first, there's that. Yeah, it is a nat 1, so for 4.
That fails.
Now, why are my rolls now failing me? 14 for the second.
That fails.
And believe it or not, the cleric is all con, but still rolls shit. 14 for the third.
That fails too. They are all paralyzed.
You watch as the paralysis only seems to affect the banner holder. The other 2 seem to be fine.
The banner's
Fair enough.
magic.
Banner Man. So, they are paralyzed for how long is it? It's 4 minutes. They can try and save at the end of their turns.
Okay.
On the ground. Can I get to the person that was paralyzed? Or how far away are they?
They're 15 feet in front of you.
God damn it! For once, I'm out of speed.
Can
Can you guys believe it?
you could throw a dagger at him. I mean, if you've got one of your old tricks.
It's the got to take advantage of the paralyzed. You have to be within 5 feet of them.
You could shout to Bastion
go ahead
and let him know.
Stab the one. Can I flank? Which one was Bastion? He's facing.
Bastion has all 3 of them facing him right now. So you are at their backs. None of them have turned to you. You're 15 feet behind them.
Oh, I need to be like up to their face, don't I? To do
To-
the count?
No, for the cone, yeah, when you use the cone, you had to be 15 feet out back because of the width of how it expands. Because it's a cone, so meaning the further out it goes straight forward, the more it expands out. So
Well,
at
you
that
also
edge.
line up on the line that is the edge of the cone. That's also 15 feet long.
Alright, I'm not going to math this. I'm going to make this a very simple DM thing because
That's
I think
fair.
you're
No, you're right.
misunderstanding.
That's right.
I will just state that, yeah, you had to stand 15 feet behind them to get them with the edge of the effect so that you would not hit Bastion with it.
Yep, no problem. I've got an action. You know what? I'll summon my Winter Wolf then.
Okay. It runs on the same at the end of your turn. So as you summon your Winter Wolf, it can move.
Okay, then I'll have it go up to the paralyzed man.
All right. It walks the 15 feet forward and stands behind the banner user. You are flanking now, so also.
Okay, so it'll go ahead and yeah, it'll go ahead and bite.
Okay.
So it's a +6. That's an 18.
18 to hit. That does not hit. You watch as the Winter Wolf's fangs bite down on the back leg, trying to tear out to pull, cause the thing to go knock prone. And as it does so, the teeth just seem to kind of pull and rub against the metal, giving a very unpleasant sound for those right next to it.
Okay, and that will be that.
All right. Bastion, you are blinded, so you will have disadvantage, but you are up. And you can hear that there is like some sort of creature growling and biting at the person to your, technically to your right that was holding the banner.
They were the tiefling, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Paralyzed currently.
Well, bad news for him. I need a. Let me get back to that.
You make sure it doesn't require sight, because if it requires sight, you can't do it.
Oh, it does not require sight, but
Oh, nice.
Tickdrick's within 20 feet of me, isn't
Yes, technically.
it? Okay. I'll hold on to that for now.
If it's necrotic, don't worry. I'm immune.
I will swing at the direction of the Bannerman.
So, since he's paralyzed, technically your disadvantage is removed because technically you get advantage on paralyzed and the fact that you're flanking.
And I get advantage on tieflings.
So I'm gonna let you roll with advantage because I feel like that's just only fair for this one creature. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Not to mention I'm good at stabbing, let's be real. First
Line.
attack was a 19.
19 hits.
Okay.
That's a crit, by the way, because so you have to roll for confirm.
Is it? Oh yeah, because
Crit, I'm paralyzed.
yeah, because it's paralyzed. That's an auto crit. Yep.
So did I roll for 20 one more
Yep.
time?
You roll to confirm.
Oh, it was not.
Damn.
Double the damage though.
Okay.
It'll be 20 magical piercing.
All right. You feel as your hand suddenly is warm with something, some sort of red or liquid that seems to be pouring down on it.
Would be 16 magical cold.
Okay.
I'm also using my brutal strike this turn,
Okay.
which is a D8. So that would be another 16
Okay.
magical piercing.
As you kind of pulling the knife out, you don't even try and think about it. You're just stabbing straight back into the same spot. You're rewarded with a slight grunt from the creature that you assume you're stabbing.
Stab number 2 with the other hand. Wow, those were both garbage rolls. 19.
That also hits. Go ahead and roll for your crit as well.
Did not happen again.
Okay.
But at least the damage is still doubled, so that will be a 11
Mm-hmm.
piercing, which would be 22, and then another 22 cold.
Okay. Again, slamming the knife in, you hear another grunt, and you're rewarded this time with like some sort of warm splatter on your face. You're not sure if the person just spat on you, if they're spitting up blood. Tickdrick, from your point of view, you just watched as this person just got stabbed in the gut twice through their armor and just started basically spewing blood all over Bastion. He is now covered.
Nice.
Number 3.
Okay, all right. The banner bearer is still standing, so
20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll your crit thing.
Didn't confirm.
Thank God.
16 piercing
Okay.
and 22 cold again.
Okay. Again, feeling that warmness as you're not at this point not even trying
Oh,
to
hey, I
find
haven't
new
been
spots.
adding my +4, so let's go 26. I remembered this.
Oh
time.
shit. All right. Oh, there we go. As you stab into the creature, feeling more and more blood coming out, you've hit the same wound, you're pretty sure, 3 times in a row, and you're chopping into something as you're twisting the blade as you pull out. You're definitely feeling this creature starting to kind of weaken. They're not seeming to stand as much as you can start to feel their breath on your shoulder. Tickdrick, you can see as this person's starting to lean over onto Bastion, kind of holding their stomach with their free hand.
I rolled 2 13s, so 28. Stab number 4.
28 hits! Jesus Christ.
Bro, he's got some daggers designed
Death,
for killing
death,
tieflings.
Death.
By the way, you do get the crit thing still because it's any attack that hits this creature is technically a critical hit.
Yep.
Still no confirm,
Okay.
but let's see. So 24 piercing
Okay.
and do I add the 4 to both damages or just one?
For which item?
The extra damage from the
Or
Dragonborn.
Everyone. All damage is technically what it is for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it would be 11, 22, 26 more cold damage.
Alright, as you begin slashing into this creature, you feel as the damage, or the blade goes in, but the cold doesn't seem to, you don't feel the ice spikes coming out, you don't feel any coldness coming off the body, strangely. Again, your blindness is still going on. Which,
Does it feel like there's any life left in the body currently?
Yes, you can definitely still tell the creature is standing.
Well, good thing I have 2-weapon fighting.
Oh no.
Stab again.
Man's like, I don't need listen, call an ambulance, but not for me.
32.
To hit, yeah, that hits. Roll your
Bastion's
crit.
finally getting his chance to slaughter a tiefling carrying this banner. He wants
Enjoying this moment.
Yeah, roll your crit to see if you can, and then roll your damage. Jesus.
Did not confirm.
On the next
22 more piercing
Whew.
and 12 more cold.
You watch Ticktrick as just blood just starts vomiting out of this creature as it's now holding on to Bastion to keep itself standing. It's the pike has dropped from it and it seems to be holding its stomach as it's still up, glaring at Bastion, whose eyes are still covered over with a white fogginess to him. Bastion, you feel the weight of this person now on your shoulder. This is not a person who's like healthily holding themselves. This is nothing but dead weight now on you.
So are they making saves by chance?
They're not dead. You can tell that they're still breathing. They can't. There's no way they would be dead and fighting for their life if they're still able to hold themselves up. Because it's just their arm with all their weight on your shoulder. Not like their body isn't collided onto you fully yet.
Fortunately, he still draws breath.
Okay. So no on the save.
He's not dead.
I can't do the devour thing unless they're making saves.
No.
Oh.
That's my turn.
All right.
Step.
Daka
Does
starts
he get
jam.
to save?
I hope that all of
his.
his friends
Yeah.
are staring at me.
Oh, for the
I believe
paralysis.
Pike's deafness is a turn-by-turn save.
Yes, the target can make a Constitution saving throw on a successful save. The spell ends. So yes, go ahead, Bastion. Give me a con save.
Maybe
I
you get to
rolled
see
even
what you've done
worse.
to this man.
It was a 11.
That
Maybe
does
not.
not succeed. I will tell you
Damn it.
the DC. I will outright just give it to you. Make this easy. Is 18. So that helps any.
I have a +9. I just need to roll well.
Bro, he just needs to roll like average.
All right. As you finish your turn, feeling the weight of this creature still, but you can still feel the hatred emanating off of it.
And by the way, you just Ticktrick. You hear Ticktrick, leave him the fuck alone.
Suddenly shouting in this creature. You see the creature kind of look back at you, Ticktrick, and look back, and you can see nerves. It looks like it's getting nervous. Daka continues on his way. He starts listening to classical music that finally starts popping up again. He seems to start to jam out on his shield as he's surfing along the way to the Isle of Man. The tiefling is up, having dropped the thing.
Is this the holding onto the banner? Or...
No, it dropped the pike. Yeah, the pike. The pike is technically the banner because it's a banner on the
okay.
pike. Yeah. He dropped. They seem to drop it for a moment, and they suddenly cast.
They are paralyzed.
Oh, that's right. They can't cast shit.
So they get to make a con save within
They
their
get
turn.
to make a con save. Fuck you. But fair play. God damn. Fuck.
What do you roll?
8.
Nope, that fails.
All right.
He's still paralyzed.
God.
Ticktrick's like, no moving.
I had something
You
set
can't
up
do it.
too.
You've done this to me three times, I think. Now it's my turn.
I had something set up, motherfucker. Damn it, I was so ready. Alright.
It's your turn to watch the movie.
I think Ticktrick has spent 2 fights doing nothing because he got paralyzed at the beginning and did nothing the entire time.
That's fair. Sieko, alright, you continue running. I
You
assume.
get to drop that number by 1.
Alright, we're now down by.
I don't want
We're now down to 5,342 turns.
43?
No, 42. Yeah, he's ran for 2 turns.
I feel like this is just a pretty normal workout for Sieko.
Oh,
Just running.
well, because of my cloak, I feel nothing. There's no exhaustion. There's no
Yeah,
muscle.
bro. He's just
There's
gonna
no-
run for a while.
He'll run into the water eventually and then drown, and
And then
Yeah.
I'll cast water walk and I'll keep going.
it's fair. All right. The next up on the order is the Dragonborn, who is going to now, seeing what's going on there, realize he is going to roll for this.
Yeah, I'm not here. Don't worry about it. There's a dog in front of you.
He rolled. Okay, he rolled poorly for his honor check on that. He is going to start hitting Bastion.
He's hitting the blind guy.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yep, he is just going to start swinging at you to save himself some time. That's a 17 for the first.
No.
That's a 24 for the second.
No.
Man, just one of these. Come on. Almost. Yes! That's a nat 20 for a 33. Let's see if... Can I get it twice? No, the dice do not care for me. I will double his damage, and now I will actually be rolling with him having 2 hands now, since he'll actually have gotten it into both hands. So that will be 28 points of slashing damage. Magical?
Magical?
Yep. This is a magical weapon. Another 7 cold damage, so that'll be 14. And then, just because he's got a heal, he heals for 20 necrotic, which would be great if anybody actually hit him. So we've got now 24 temp HP we are up to. Yes, no, yeah, okay, I don't, the chat going on now in the Discord, like a nice little narration there, boys, of Sieko's actions. Alright, and then Arkin is going to bonus action, end his Aura of Hate, because now realizing he is doing more damage to his teammates, actually, no, hold up, he's going to keep it going. And instead is going to cast Teleport on Tiktrick to bring him closer to him. Yeah, I'm going to give you a save for it.
I'll say, you do have to be willing for teleport.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a save with advantage for it because of how what he's cast. Well, he has an item that lets him cast through it. That's why I'm using this for that. So yeah, let's make it a dex save with advantage to jump away from the circle, because I feel like that teleportation is a circle spell, so...
28.
Yeah, easy save.
You got to make a dex save.
Yeah, his spell DC isn't very high, fairness, even with his item. Actually, wait, what's your modifier? Oh, okay, you can fail the save, good to know. Alright, that ends his turn. Alright, this gentleman is going to cast, or the Hill Dwarf is up, the Cleric now, or Paladin, or Holy Man. Yeah, Holy Man's a good way to put it. And suddenly you hear in front of you, as the Bastion, you hear the creaking of bones, the excruciating screams of pain right in your ear coming from this tiefling, as their wounds start to seal that Tiktrick sees.
Oh no, this is just worse for the tiefling. He gets to experience more pain.
Yes, as he heals up a full 70 HP. And the wounds seem to completely close, the blood stops dripping, and you just hear coughing from the tiefling as just utter shock still in his system after what just occurred. Because while he may be healthy, the mental damage is still there, what just happened. And then, since he's not going to move, he is then going to cast... What? Oh, okay. He is then going to cast, oh no, actually, he is going to use his bonus action and recover his one of his spell slots, and end his turn. Alright, Equess. Glad that it was a description and not something said in game. Distant counterspell from a long orc. Dead orc comes, yeah. All right. Yes. As a long dead orc continues to come, a counterspell shoots out through the lands. But Equus, as you now are coming into the city, you at the entrance to the southern walls can hear battle going on in the distance towards the center of town. The old man is just kind of looking at you as the bear is starting to slow.
Well, I guess this is my stop. Thank you.
Oh, he just nods and goes, "Sure thing, youngulin. You know, if your father ever ends up back in the overworld, let him know there's an old man looking for him. He'll know what it means."
Oh, sure thing.
And he you see, snaps the reins, and the bear starts taking off in a full dead sprint going north. In the background, Bastion and Tick-Trick, you just see a cloud of dust go flying through the town. That could have been Sieko making a lap. You're unsure at this point.
I'm lapping the city. I'm proving a point.
I've been in a bit of battle, so I'm not going to pay attention to that too much.
Yeah. But Equus, as you come off or jump off, you have 30 feet of movement. It will take you probably your full turn to get to the center of town at this rate, but you definitely in the one turn with a full move and using your action to also move. You should be able to get all the way to about 20 feet from the what's going on. So what would you like to do, Equus?
I will like to apologize. My dad came into my room, had to mute.
No worries.
I'm gonna stealth and try and get to a high vantage point, to oversee the battle, just to see what I'm about to jump into.
Okay. You see a tower shield. Tower shield. Wow. You see a what looks to have been once some sort of really tall building, and now looks to be a statue of a dragonborn-like creature. It's kind of rough to make out, but it's the tallest building in the area. It's about and it's only about 30-40 feet from the entrance of the town.
All right, I'll climb onto that.
All right. As you
Mine.
go climbing up, clawing your way all the way up to the top, you oversee where there is a small battle going on between a wolf, a demonic looking creature, the insectoid Thrycreen from earlier, and 3 strangers you haven't seen before.
Yeah, walk into a bar.
Yes.
Hmm.
And order blue Hawaiians.
Yes.
Not in this world.
Truly.
Well,
Ooh, I just-
I'll knock an arrow and just get ready to draw, and I'm gonna shoot at one of the 3 strangers.
Alright. Sure, I'll allow it.
Could I get a quick description of what, like, what I would see, what they would look like?
From the back and from the distance you're at, with your passive perception of 20, you can see that there is a white-haired, horned individual that seems to be kind of leaning on the demonic creature from earlier. They seem to look. There's a big pile of what looks to be red coloration, red water or red liquid, all be around their feet. The one in the center looks to be a small, short, long-bearded hill dwarf that seems to be covered head to toe in some sort of shiny blue plate that looks to have some scales intertwined into it. And then the third one on the far end of it, the far right, is a red dragonborn with spikes all throughout his face, looking almost like a beard. You can see 2 very prominent horns coming off the side of his head and a giant battle axe that looks to be some sort of macabre creation that someone kind of strapped together in a graveyard.
I'm gonna shoot the dragonborn.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
31.
Fuck! Yeah, it hits.
All right. For damage, that's 12 damage. That's max damage.
All right, as you take a shot, you watch as the Dragonborn doesn't even seem phased. As the arrow hits into it and seems to kind of bounce off the creature.
Do I just hit a
Okay.
random arrow?
Yeah.
Hit this guy.
Yeah, Tictor, just from the distance behind you, somewhere an arrow comes flying in and smacks into his head and seems to kind of bounce off.
What the hell?
And then, for my second action, I'm going to shoot a breath weapon. I'm going to go with lightning.
Oh,
I have a
what's
range of
yeah? What's the range?
40.
I will say, with breath weapon, it will be coned effect if I remember right. You will hit, well, for 40 feet, yeah, you're gonna hit roughly.
Oh, is it a line? If it's lightning, it might be a line.
Oh, it's lightning. You're doing lightning. Oh yeah, no. Well, let me check.
Lightning
Yeah,
is a
choose the
line,
energy.
but lightning, you also never specified this was either a cone or a line.
Well, I'm just gonna use the dragon, or the one dragon that's known for having a breath weapon of lightning.
Blue.
Yeah, it's a quick check. It's a 90-foot line that is 5 foot wide. So in your sense, yeah, you could shoot it in a straight line. So yes, you can aim it. You are, as long as you're shooting lightning, you are a cannon.
He's a railgun.
Yeah. 40 feet. Yeah, I'll say you'd be roughly if you going to the edge of the statue, climbing onto one of the arms of it, trying to flex. You can barely manage to hit the front line and of the 3 people. If you were say aiming for Bastion, though, it would be 5 feet out of your range. Just as an example. So they're just on the edge of your range, so you can hit them if you want to take a shot.
All right. I will be taking a shot, and that's a nat 1.
Roll to confirm.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, no,
great.
this is bad.
This is potentially my first and last session.
Was it just dead?
All this work. All this okay.
Okay.
As you go to shoot lightning, not really comfortable yet with how everything works, and not realizing you need to slightly transform to adapt the piece properly to make it full capacity. You almost belch out lightning instead of roaring out, creating a slight dribble as lightning kind of peters out and goes to the edge of the statue.
Throw up.
And as you're kind of looking at it, you take a second and kind of morph your neck back to have the piece properly showing and full working now. Just for flavor. And I'll say, I think that ends your turn. You have 2 attacks and you used your movement.
Yeah.
Okay. No bonus action, just to make sure.
I will bonus action Hunter's Mark, the red dragon.
Okay. All right. They're a dragonborn. You see Tictric as a little E suddenly appears on the back of the head of the dragonborn, kind of slightly in flames and smokes for a moment, and then
What the fuck
dissipates.
is going on?
He just got bobbitied.
With this character, I fully imagine a little arrow pointing and hit here and just floating.
Oh, it's- Did I see the lightning dribble too?
Yeah, no, that was far behind you. You could hear, did
Oh,
hear a slight belch coming from from behind you, but as it's not now, it is your turn. You can turn back and look. That is a free action.
I will look what the hell that was and where this arrow came from.
As you turn around and look, you see the goblin from earlier, kind of standing on the edge, kind of. I assume to when you were trying to roar out, you were on all fours, kind of with your neck extended out, Equus, or.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you turn and look, you see the goblin from earlier kind of on all fours, kind of lunged kind of slightly forward with their mouth open and just a strange blue liquid kind of dribbling from their mouth.
Okay. Alright then. Well, he's targeting not me, so I'm okay with it.
For a moment,
Yeah.
Tictric, you're reminded of a joke that Maznod told you about cats and hairballs, but it kind of escapes you in this current situation.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I will go ahead and dash up to. I'll help him. I'll go for the red dragonborn as well.
Okay.
Get there with the winter wolf.
All right. As the Winter Wolf kind of moves over to the side, I will say the Winter Wolf, to avoid attacks of opportunity, will have to move into the Hill Dwarf's area. Otherwise, if it moves too far to the right, it'll get hit by the Bannerman. Just to keep in
No, it
mind.
won't.
Oh, that's right.
It's
Yeah, it's paralyzed.
paralyzed.
Never mind.
It's
Disregard. Okay, so yeah, as you
It
rush.
sounds like essentially being grappled by me.
Yeah.
He's
as-
he's using you for support right now.
As you rush over, Tictric, to stand right behind the Dragonborn, he doesn't seem to notice your presence as he's so focused on Bastion, raising his battle axe in a sense for another attack as you come up behind him. You are technically flanking, so you will get advantage.
Let's go. Stab him. Wow, that's a 2 and a 3.
I can tell you 14 does not hit. Ouch.
Okay, we'll try again. Can I roll bigger numbers? Okay, that's better. 28.
28 does hit. However, shield is +5. You see as the Hill Dwarf seems to suddenly reaction cast shield on the Dragonborn. A translucent shield that you see a little Catwoman's face on the front of suddenly appears in front of or behind you, in front of you behind the Dragonborn to block your daggers.
Does it look like Terra?
You recognize the holy symbol. It's similar to the design, a little more crudely designed in the light imagery on this luminescent shield that just appeared out of nowhere. But it's definitely Terra's holy symbol.
I shout to Bastion, keep the dwarf alive.
The Hill Dwarf looks
No
confused.
promises.
Yeah, don't attempt to murder him without consideration.
The Hill Dwarf looks over at you and in Dwarvish shouts, "I'm a woman!"
Okay.
just kind of
And then-
angrily yells. Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. I don't really want to stab him now because the shield up, and that is annoying. Oh fuck. Okay. Instead, I will go ahead and, with the second action, go ahead and cast haste on Bastion.
Oh,
So
Okay.
your AC is +2 now, and you have another action and double speed.
fuck you.
Nice.
Fucking 30 AC. God damn it. All right.
The second
good
attack,
game.
I'll try and hit him.
All right.
'cause he already attacked once. Take this. Well, it's a 20, so no.
Oh yeah, no. As you try and slash into the Dragonborn once more, you watch as your daggers bounce off yet again with the shield.
Okay. I
Go on.
will step away.
You have mobile,
then-
so yeah. Okay.
Yep. And I will tell the Winter Wolf to unleash its cold breath on all three of them
Okay.
as its action, or one of them anyway. So that is a
Who are you trying to hit?
it's a cone.
Okay.
So all three of them.
So it would have to back up in this basically taking an attack of opportunity because they don't have mobile.
That's fine.
And okay, so it's gonna take an attack of opportunity 3 times or once. Sorry,
That's
because of the tiefling, who's paralyzed, and then the hill dwarf. Okay, so that's the only one, and they have a ward hammer. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can get this attack of opportunity. That is a 19 plus 7, 26 to hit.
That hits.
All right, that'll be a lot of damage. You're not gonna bleed
Who's
this.
swinging? Is it the Dragonborn, right?
It's the hill dwarf. Yeah.
Hail dwarf man.
Didn't he use his reaction to cast shield?
Oh, you're right.
He did.
Yeah. So he can't.
That's right.
He can't. Yeah. Never mind. My apologies. So yep. No. The Winter Wolf backs up and prepares its damage.
Okay, that is a dex save for the three of them.
And
the
the only
paralyzed
one.
person always fails because they automatically fail dex saves.
All right. The hill dwarf got a 0.
Well, that fails, believe it or not.
I know, right? And the very big fight the fighting Dragonborn gets an 11.
That just failed. It's a DC 12, dude.
They
Oh,
both have
man.
one has a +1, one has a -1.
Dude, yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay, so that's 4d8 cold damage.
I'm gonna break something to you.
16.
They're
cold
all
damage.
immune to cold damage.
Nice. All right.
But you watch as the cold winds blow onto them, and it seems to give a nice breeze. They do slightly shiver, minus the paralyzed person, who just seems to be focused on the fact that they're paralyzed and in pain.
Well, thank God he just got his wounds healed, because if that ice got in there and started freezing those areas, even if he's in the cold,
Oh shoot! How much was the damage again? Or from the Dragonborn guy?
Which time? Oh, when he attacked you?
Yeah, the Dragonborn didn't roll to hit, did he?
He wasn't hitting you. He was trying to hit the Bastion.
Oh, okay.
The only person who did was the Hill Dwarf, and the Hill Dwarf used the reaction. The Dragonborn didn't, because you didn't move them to the center. You stalled them on the far left. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
So that will be everything. Yep.
Okay.
My turn.
As you watch as the enemies continue to stay standing, Tictric trying to slash in and hitting nothing but shield, backing off, and then the Winter Wolf backing itself off, as well as it blew icy wind onto the creature, or onto the people, not seeming to phase them. All three still very much hyper-focused on Bastion. Speaking of which, Bastion, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Right. Okay. $31. I'm stabbing that tiefling again.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, 31 hits, surprisingly.
You gotta roll to confirm every single time.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't roll,
You gotta crit.
confirms. That'd be crazy.
you get to roll crit every time. So.
Well, I didn't roll a 20 again.
Damn.
Well, let's see. It is 22 magical piercing,
Okay.
and you said they're immune to cold. But
They are.
It would be 34
All right.
or 24 cold.
As you stab in again, your weapon feeling the same wound now, going back into the same area and twisting the blade as you pull out. The cold breeze still feeling it on them, but not seeming to take to the wound. You hear another gasp from the tiefling as warm liquid starts falling again.
There's like 5 more attacks.
Yeah, there are. Go ahead, Bastion. I won't narrate all of them. I'll do it at the end, but go ahead.
Well, one was a 19 plus 15.
That hits.
So no 20.
Okay.
See, that was some shitty damage rolls. That would be 22 piercing again.
22, okay.
I won't worry about the cold, because
Okay.
it don't matter. 25.
25, that hits. Jesus Christ. The Hill Dwarf is starting to sweat, wishing they'd kept that shield spell.
Another 22
Okay.
piercing.
Alright. They're still standing.
Jeez, 19.
That hits, just barely. I think this definitely tells me
26.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, this time you watch Tictric on third stab, as pieces are starting to fall out, chunks. They're still standing though.
There's gonna be a hole through their belly
Yeah.
from stabbing.
Still no saves. Jesus. Okay, this attack number 4.
Yep. And they're gritting their teeth hard. You can feel the pressure of their hand on you.
21.
That hits. Roll your damage. Even if you,
22.
I was gonna say, even if you do minimal damage, you're gonna kill. You feel as the paralysis is still holding the body up, but Tictric, you watch as this time there's enough blood to come out of this creature. You're not a biologist by any means or a medicine man, but you're pretty sure there's more blood on the floor than in the body at this point, and you start to see like chunks of viscera falling from the floor, falling to the floor from the stomach. But the creature seems to be still standing from your viewing. They are making death saves now.
Oh, is he gonna devour?
So the Devourer says that I can see. considering this guy's leaning on me.
Yes, you can see him technically.
Okay. So yeah, then the next thing that everybody would see is the Bastion's chest starts to crack open and the mouth gets wide, and yeah, the guy gets pulled in, slammed shut again. So while he's in prison like this, he is restrained and has disadvantage on his saving throws.
Oh no.
If he dies while imprisoned, I regain 35 hit points and recharge something I have not used yet. And then I can do a couple other things with him. But I'll worry about that when I get there.
So from a Quest's perspective, for the first time, she just meeting you recently, sees this giant, you kind of expand out with your mouth continuing to get larger as it gulps down and bites into the creature. First tearing it almost in half, it looks like, and then pulling the rest of it in. The creature getting swallowed whole through thousands of lines of teeth and like a black hole into the back of it. You watch as the person disappears inside the stomach.
Well, actually, this is the first one. Bastion's never used this.
Yeah, he's never used it before.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never gotten to use this yet.
No, this is the first for District as well.
Yeah.
He's never done it.
So you just saw Bash, and your True Sight reveals the entire horror. To those who don't have True Sight, so Equest, in fairness, you won't see all of this. For what you will see, Equest, is it will look like suddenly the creature is just, or the tiefling seems to climb into the center of Bastion's stomach willingly. From your look, for those with True Sight, you see this horrid picture of him basically expanding out and biting down on the creature. Funny enough, that tiefling had True Sight, so it got to watch that happen. You ate its equipment, so it still had the glasses on.
So then, anybody within 20-foot radius of me, I need a Constitution saving throw from.
Okay,
So,
that includes me, right?
Yes, you're right on the edge. Quest is fine.
Oh, my dog. Alright, that's an 18 for mine. Let me roll my dog.
The Dragonborn gets 13.
That's a fail.
I doubt the cleric can fail. 26.
That succeeds.
Okay, so the cleric's fine.
So let's see. Well, not exactly.
Dog got a 5.
So
Nice.
8d10s.
What was the save? Did I make or not?
Save was 15.
Okay, yeah, I did. Dog didn't.
Oh no.
And then if you fail, you take all 8d10 necrotic damage. If you
fine.
if you succeed, you take half of it. Let's find out. I don't have that many d10 out here, so
Yeah, that's fine.
47.
Alright, well, the Dragonborn is going to use his item and is going to use the one legendary resistance on it as the item. You watch as this draconic hand he pulls out suddenly eviscerates into just like a white flame and seems to melt or spark away into into a smoke. And he succeeds the save, taking no damage as part of his this thing. The Hill Dwarf still takes 47 points of damage. And
you see as the wave goes over Taedric and nothing happens.
Yeah, the wolf, you watch as it just kind of disintegrates into the air as this wave kind of expands out.
Oh, it still has HP left.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it has 73 more HP.
Oh, fair. I forgot how strong that thing was.
Yeah, it has a shit ton of HP.
Yeah. The Hill Cleric, you hear, kind of gasps at that Bastion as you do this. Also, Bastion, you can do a con save at the end of your turn to see if you are still blinded.
Okay.
Be
Trying to
good.
count here. I did 2 attacks, which would be 1 action. I did 2 more.
Yep.
I haven't moved, so that's 2 actions.
Uh-huh.
You have haste.
Yep.
Right. 3rd action was the soul rinse and bonus action to eat the guy. So I guess that
That's
would
everything.
be everything.
All right. As you enjoy your light meal,
question: is the save to like get out? Is that like a Dex save? Because it can't move.
Well, it has to make a death
What?
saving throw.
He has to make his death saves first.
Oh,
If he dies while I'm eating him, I get health back, and then another fun thing I can do.
Yeah, remember he's his part fiendish thing is really horrendous. This is he got a very powerful fiend. Well, he got a decently powerful fiend. All right. So yeah, what's your con save?
Oh yeah. Duh.
oh, is it also concentration on the dwarves part?
I rolled a 16 plus 9, so I'm good.
You
See it
succeed.
again.
You can see suddenly.
Oh.
For the what? Sorry.
I was wondering if the blindness deafness was concentration, but it's
No, it's not. No, it's only a second level spell. Thankfully. So, all right, yeah. As you feel your eyes come back, you see as you look down, or you look around, you see the Dragonborn still standing. The horrendous mess of blood and like viscera on the floor where the tiefling was, as well as the banner and pike, laying in the blood.
My head snaps right towards the dwarf.
The dwarf is you can see the slight bits of flesh you can see between the pieces of heavy plate and scale mail underneath is you can see dead skin, like darkened and chipping, and the creature looks to be slightly wincing in pain. But thus ends your turn. Daka continues his journey. He is about another 10,000 turns away from getting to where he's going. I'm rounding down, to be fair. Give or take a few thousand. Yes. All right. Time to make a death save. Let's see how this goes.
At disadvantage.
I don't think I need it. But you know what? I will roll again just to see if I get the crit fail. I did not. So as one down, as it
Two
can.
more.
Is he still paralyzed?
Yup.
Yeah.
Technically.
He fails anyway, doesn't he?
No.
It's death saves are impacted by
Oh,
paralyzed. That's
okay.
only for like Dex and con save, maybe. Let me
Yeah.
check.
Paralysis is strength and dex saving throw specifically.
Yeah, strength and Dex.
Yep. Sieko, you make another 2 more down. Yeah. Or another 1 down. Yep. All right. The Dragonborn, having true sight as well, and seeing what this horrendous thing just was, is now instead going to use its. Oh, actually, no, that's burnt up. Oh shit. He kind of scratches his head for a minute and then just kind of puts his axe away and puts his hands up.
Fair enough.
The hill dwarf follows suitly with the same thing and immediately surrenders, taking you out of combat. I will make those 2 other death saving throws real quick just to save us a little time. That's an 18, so let's see if I can roll it again here with the disadvantage. Yep, that's a fail, and does it fail its 3rd? Yes, as it nat 1'd. So yeah,
Very dead.
it dies inside your stomach. The other 2 members, as you exit out of combat, kind of stand there looking concerned for their own safety, as well as they keep seeming to side-eye Bastion. The Dragonborn kind of speaks up and goes, Do any of you speak Draconic or Common?
Common.
He goes, Alright, listen, we're just adventurers that we got hired for a job. We were not paid to fight a demon that can eat people, and also the contract was signed by him, so if he's dead, we can't get paid.
Signed by who?
The man in his stomach.
Ah, yes. Who hired you?
I was going to ask the same.
Guy named Rylos, under the orders of some backing from some rich person that carried that banner. The main dude, technically, he was a hireling of the backer's backer, I guess, if you will. The House of Silversong, if you're familiar with it. They're
Not quite, but yes, I've heard of it.
all right. Yeah, just let me know when you want to, Bastion, when you want to do that.
Oh,
Now,
like I'm just gonna turn and look at him when they surrender and just
Oh.
You just throw it up?
Tektrick, with your true sight still up, you watch as the mouth grows larger again and out vomits. And which one are you creating?
How many hit dice did the creature?
It'd be based on.
That's what it's dependent on.
Yeah. If so.
It's if the victim had.
He had. Yes, that's right. Let me pull up his thing.
Number of levels.
It will be a white.
Cool.
It is way too powerful otherwise. So you watch as out comes this like regurgitated, wet looking ghostly like figure that looks very almost identical, except minus the fact that it's missing its entire lower body, that is just like a chain hanging down, but looks identical to the tiefling that was just swallowed by Bastion. Equest, as you watch this, what looks like to you is just that this white suddenly appears from the ground, looking similar to the tiefling corpse that was walked into the mouth earlier.
I didn't know you could do that, Bastion. Forgotten Song. I didn't know you could do that.
The Dragonborn kind of turns and looks at Bastion and goes, you're the Forgotten Song?
That I am.
So, yeah, you're the person the contract's on. Y'all have been marked as, monsters, if you will. He kind of continues, he goes, Tikva Silversong put out a an order, something about, you being a threat to the Tiefling Nation, looking for a Warforge that was supposedly under that, maniacal, Warforge's, control, the one down in the Tothlands. Because something about you making a pact with the old High King, and becoming a true demon. I have no idea. Honestly, that was all we were told by the guy you just regurgitated. Well,
here's the deal.
Oh, yes.
You're not leaving here without an agreement.
Sure. Hunter, yeah, no. Listen, you definitely proved you were way above my pay scale. What do you...
I look at the Hill Dwarf and I'm like, and you... keep that shit away from me, but I think he wants to talk to you, and I point at Tiktrick.
The female hill dwarf kind of turns and takes off their helmet to reveal a very large bushy beard that seems to expand out ungodly-like as it drags to the ground, in this bright blondish color. Bright brown eyes, very kind of a tannish skin that now you realize is like half like necroticized? What's the term for
rotten?
Yeah, rotten works. Rotten, all up and down half their face, and you can smell it as they walk over. You'd guess they would probably have been a beauty. They look like someone Maznod would have been interested in, back in the day, before the rot as well.
So your god is Terrasitus, yes?
I serve the goddess of thieves.
How did you find them? Because I know you're the champion of your god.
The champion? I had not been informed that there was a champion, but to be fair,
I
she
think
doesn't...
that's what he is, but apparently he hasn't really talked to it. He gives out amulets, Do you have one of them? I checked. Do they have an amulet?
As you look, she has a really really well refined one. Daka's being a little more crude and very simple in their designs. This one seems to be a lot more ornate, a lot more gems in it, and it portrays Terra more as a thief than as some like kind god as the ones that Daka's walking around with. Actually, I believe Doc is walking around with the cat with the moon design behind it.
It's a black cat looking back and the moon behind it.
Yes. In this case, it looks to be a depiction of the full body of Terra, like standing there and kind of like pickpocketing someone.
I see. That's different. Do you know Adaka?
She
I don't know
goes,
if you ever talked to...
No, my order is a group that was founded by a former illegal outfit called the Circus. It is now headed by one of the members who had managed to expunge those who were not agreed with. We've kind of turned into a slight holy order, if you will. Some of us more than others, as she kind of smiles at that, and looks back at Arkin, or the Dragonborn rather.
So what was your job?
Let
us down?
Before, do you mean like now and now, or as in what I did before, or to when I was
right now?
Oh, okay. She kind of nods it, looking kind of a little confused, and she goes, "Yes. We showed up at this guild, in the High Elf City. She kind of like thinks for a second and goes, Dom Lacri, I believe, is the name of the city. It's the capital of the High Elves. We were visiting, me and the Dragonborn fellow over there, who does not like his true name given out. We found a job. The gentleman you ate offered to join up with us. The guild was headed by some blue Dragonborn, kind of skinny, really accident prone. She goes, and he offered us a job, 200,000 platinum pieces if we brought in the head of any of the Monstrous Five. And the gentleman there, she points back at the white, fully being, you can tell she's got true sight still cast on her eyes. The Hildorf continues, she goes, he said something about Tikva wanting us to take out the Forgotten Song as he was a threat, and to the other thing I think was to not worry about some other adventuring group who were here to kill some guy named Maznod Jr. I don't know. I didn't. They said there would be another adventuring party.
Did you run into them at all, or no?
No, I believe they left the day before us, so they would have been here probably 24, maybe 48 hours ago, roughly. And I'm only giving you this because I assume you're going to let us go. We're just adventurers who are trying to make a buck, like a lot like you.
I understand. The other one, the one he ate, I don't really care for. Especially this Silver Song. You kind of poked the sleeping bear. I think that's the term people like to use.
She nods and goes, well, to be fair, we didn't like him either. He was very zealot about serving his queen.
Rylo said this?
No,
the
tiefling.
Yeah, Yes,
Oh, I will give you something. I assume you're from this town, that this town's of importance to you,
yes,
otherwise...
that was destroyed.
Again, not our fault. Just to make that clear, she continues. She goes, there was an army marching down. They were not tieflings that were walking through these areas, but mountain and drow, like mountain elves and drow, coming together. They had like a singular banner. Well, they had a singular banner. It was similar to the one he was carrying, but on the back of it were like chains. So I don't think it's from the same family, but I can tell you for a fact that the Silver Songs are definitely backing the guild Rylos has set up. The Blue Dragon Inn is what he's calling it.
Does telepathy last for a distance, or?
It does have a distance.
Does it say?
Yeah, will you be able to contact Sieko or no?
If you have sending, but let me look.
I do not. I just have telepathy.
Yeah, let me pull up telepathy here.
I don't think anyone can communicate with Sieko right now.
Let's see.
I'm going to kill them all.
So up to that's telepathic link.
Look, I don't need an army. I have a warship. I know what
Oh, it's within range, so it's 60 feet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he's on his own then.
The hill dwarf kind of continues and goes, yeah, they were heading this way. I mean, that's really all. If you don't mind my asking, and I know this is probably kind of roughed up to say, but do understand the god I serve. Are you gonna keep the magic items that our tiefling friend had, minus the banner? We understand if you want to keep that, but the rest of the stuff.
Sure, we'll keep it. What was it? Do you know what it is?
Well, I was hoping we okay. Like,
Thanks for
Pander's out and goes, no, I think you'll be able to find out more than I will. She kind of nods and, are we free to like leave?
Before they leave, I'm checking myself. Is anything missing?
No. As you look yourself up and down, Equest.
I'm just gonna like
Oh, go ahead.
walk
Bastion.
the Dragonborn to the side.
Oh no! All right. As you walk him off to the side, he just kind of looks at you. Not really. He doesn't seem to be fearful of you at all for some reason. Uniquely enough, he just seems to have given kind of surrendered. And I'm coming to you, Quest, in a sec. Don't worry. And he just kind of looks at you and goes, "What do you want?"
Well, to be frank,
I don't know, Frank.
either you serve me or I have seconds.
He kind of looks at you and goes, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if you're Frank, so I can't answer this.
Like this guy.
I'm just gonna like very firmly grip his shoulder.
As you're like as you're looking him in the eyes, give me an insight check.
Okay. Not very insightful currently. It's a 9.
Good thing he's not very persuasive. You can tell he's just really dumb.
Oh.
This guy's not very intelligent. So he thinks you're being literal when you're speaking to him.
Just shut up for a minute.
He just looks at you and goes, "Okay."
You're going to go back and tell them that we got away, but we didn't seem very strong. You're going to probe for information. When the time comes, you'll find me and let me know. If you don't, well, you'll end up like your friend. Deal? And I'll extend my hand.
He kind of looks at you and looks back at your hand and looks back at you and goes, "Would that not be lying?" And he kind of turns and shouts to the hill dwarf woman in Dwarvish. And as the two talk, Ticktrick, you catch him asking the hill dwarf if lying is still bad.
Well.
And as she nods and says yes back in Dwarvish, she kind of turns back to you and looks at you and goes, "I can't lie. I've been told I'm a bad liar."
Well, let me help you. And, well, you're gonna owe me a big one for this, because maybe there's money in return.
He goes, "Wait, what?"
And I am going to... Is there like a rock or something nearby?
Yeah, there's some rubble nearby.
Oh, alright. I'm going to use one of my acts of charities and chop off, like, 2 of my fingers.
Alright, you go over and with weird fascination, he seems to follow you, kind of walking closer. As you go, kind of bend down and grab your dagger, or your axe, you slash into your fingers and they come off cleanly. And he just looks at that and goes, "Huh, I can do that too." And he puts his fingers down and grabs his battle axe and slams it down, cutting 2 fingers off. They are squirting out blood left and right.
Oh my god, he's really an idiot.
And he just holds out his hand to show you.
Forgotten song. I think he's dumber than Goji.
Yeah.
The hill
I
dwarf
realize.
kind of speaks up and goes, "So I bought him as a pet. They classified his intelligence as just barely above a raging beast."
Maybe we should talk to you instead of this guy then, huh?
I can't make a fucking deal with the cleric.
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
Bastion has ran into the worst situation for any fiend.
You
They're
picked the
too
wrong one.
stupid to fucking help make a deal with him. Okay. Equest kind of comes rushing down and is kind of like hanging out around you guys and goes over to the fingers. Equest, are you gonna stealth this or no? I will say they have true sight, so they're going to see you, but you don't know
Well,
they have
if
true
he's
sight.
using a magic item. Yeah, but if
That's
he's just
true.
stealthing.
That's true. Yeah. Are you gonna stealth?
Well, I also like I cut him off and then put him in a bag I was about to hand to him.
That's fine. It's not the only fingers over there.
Well, true.
What's the other ones?
Alright, Equest, if you want to let me know if you're stealthing or not, feel free. As you are kind of like standing there, the hill dwarf kind of looks about and yeah, all right. As you go running over, no one's able to seemingly seems to notice you. As you kind of scurry around, you find the two fingers of the red dragonborn laying next to a rock, still bleeding, still warm.
I will look up to where I saw Equest last.
They're not there.
Just they left already. Forgotten song. Remember that goblin we met on the road? I just saw him up there. He was shooting the dragonborn earlier. Now he's gone.
Well, that's
He's a strange individual.
Equest, what are you doing with the? Oh, okay. Let's say you can speak. All right. Yeah. As you, what are you doing with these? Out of curiosity.
I'm gonna put them in my mouth.
Oh no.
I will.
All right. We'll come. Yeah. No, I knew this was coming.
Well, and I turned to the hill dwarf. If you try and locate a Daka. I hear he's popular on the news with his surfing, whatever. Do you know of him?
No, but my goddess did give me a warning that an idiot would come to my attention soon. That was holy. I thought it was him. And she points to the dragonborn.
Oh no, not him. It's the Daka guy. He's an orc. He has a rock that he flies on. It's very strange.
I'm just like walking back. I'm like, this one's not holy, but he is an idiot.
And you see him kind of hold up his fingers and waved, or his three fingers,
His fingers,
or his two fingers and waves. As the hill dwarf, you see the hill dwarf seems to cast something, and the fingers regrow. And she goes, "It happens so often. You don't know. You have no idea."
You cut off your fingers? I put it, Bastion.
Well, I was gonna give him to take to Rylos, but I don't have any use for him.
Right.
And I can't make a deal with the holies, so...
Well, you can make a monetary deal. You accept money, right? If you pay you to do something, you'll do it.
They didn't earn these. And I hold up the bag with my two fingers in it.
You can pay with money! I look at the hill dwarf. Would you accept... What did you want to do for Gun Song? What was your plan?
The dragonborn also starts like looking at your fingers and looks at Bastion and kind of like looks at you again and whispers something to the hill dwarf, and she speaks up and goes, "You know, if we take those fingers and we turn them in, they're gonna think that we killed you. If you don't want to be known as alive." She kind of looks at you. I mean, she just... it's just we usually have to bring in proof. We originally planning, and don't take offense to this, but there was a big one of you lot, like big purple rock-like.
Yeah, he ran off in that direction right now.
Yeah, we were supposed to take his head in for proof. Rylos jokingly said something about like if you've killed them all, then this one's the most like proof that you can give me.
I'm pretty sure I solo killed all three of them.
Yeah, you can
Could
tell them he ran away.
No, hang on.
Hmm?
Say, could you get Rylos to meet you at a location to get your payment?
She goes, I mean, yeah, shouldn't be a problem. We'd still need some sort of proof ahead of time to, send him something, because he's gonna scry on us to see that we have proof. He's really, for some reason, paranoid about adventures coming in with quests. I don't know.
Yeah, take that as proof. As I point at his Bastion's sack of fingers.
She kind of grabs it.
And
I'm going to Hunter's Mark the dwarf when they grab the fingers.
Okay.
So as I take them, I'm like, just so you know, I can find you.
She smiles at you and goes, I'm pretty sure that was obvious given what you just did. She looks at the white in the background.
Where would you go to
Tell
turn
them that
this
our
quest?
bodies are here.
No, destroyed. This is all you could cover. And that the purple one ran away.
Picture. I'm trying to bring Rylos to us.
Also, I'm not purple.
But we can go to the meeting place they're going to, and then jump up there.
Yeah, but he probably has a
Where
scape
everybody
somewhere.
is.
That's fair.
Also, yeah, I'm blue, not purple. Remember?
Purple.
I know. You were purple at one point though.
No, I'm
From her-
saying to
Yeah.
Grumpy.
Yeah. He's
I'm not
blue.
purple
I said
anymore.
purple. That's my fault. Yeah, I guess then maybe. But do you think Rouse is really gonna fall for that?
She just kind of, you see her head kind of switching side to side as you two are talking.
Tick trick. What trap has Rylos not fallen for?
That's a good point. I think he's cursed as fall for every trap. In that case, I'm okay with this plan.
Look, give him the fingers and let him know that you have us captured here.
She nods and goes, okay, if that's what you want. I mean, he can scry on you if he knows you, but if he doesn't know you, then you should be fine.
Oh, he knows us though. Do you have any anti-scrying we could use?
What do I look like, a cleric?
Yeah.
She kind of smiles as the rotten flesh kind of cracks and pus comes draining out of some of it.
That's unsettling.
She kind of like, I was told I was a great beauty. Okay. And
You got a rotting half of your face.
And whose fault is that? She looks at Bastion.
You have healing magic, don't you not?
Oh yeah, she goes, as she starts casting something on her face and it starts to glow, she kind of looks at you and goes, I mean, if I just tell him it's that you lot you're buried under like a bunch of rock at the city, I mean, probably won't be able to scry on you really easily given the bodies we matted all to hell. Might work. And she goes, you could try and pick up some anti-scrying on where you guys are. You could give me a fake name of a body that's here, and then like put it under a bunch of rocks, and I could just use that as one of the names you're going by and hide that. And she kind of thinks.
Didn't you say that the forge was destroyed?
Yes.
Did you happen to see Maznod Jr.'s body?
No.
Damn.
No bodies down there.
She shrugs and goes, well, if you need to get in touch with me, by the way...
You knew your tiefling's name?
Huh? Sorry?
Did you know the...
No. Never asked, never cared.
Can you ask the white? Will it know?
It's white, she goes. I can ask it if you'd like.
Oh, well, ask the person who made it. They could probably communicate with it.
What is your name?
Let me look up something real quick.
I don't know if whites have memories. I don't know.
I mean, they have a high enough intelligence. I don't know if they remember things. They do have an average intelligence. They have 10.
Give me a second. Yes, they do. No, they do. It does say here, whites possess the memories and drives of their formerly living selves. They will heed the call of whatever dark entity transformed them into undead. Swearing oaths to appease their new lords, yada yada, never tiring. Yeah. So yes, they do have their memories. However, can they speak? Oh, they can speak.
Yeah, the
perfect.
languages that they knew in their life.
Give me a minute. Let me pull up the name actually, because that's actually important. Or is it? Truly, that is the question.
Next time on.
Name anime
show.
here. Alright, here you go. He gives his name as Karn of Clan Dwarfbane.
Okay, we can just use that, and then it'll scry on a dead body, right?
I'm curious, how does the dwarf feel that this person's last name is of Clan Dwarfbane?
Could ask.
Well, I'm not there.
It's kind of not there right now.
I mean, you'll never know then. She kind of, as the white speaks up, she kind of just nods and says, "So that'll work. All right, I'll use that name and the body on the floor there. That looks like a cat threw it up.
Yeah.
Do you need me? Do you need us for anything else, or may I take my very dumb but lovable bodyguard and leave?"
I
I
can't
think
shake your hand, so
I'll
I
shake.
won't. But when it comes to coming back for the bodies,
Don't be
I would
there.
appreciate your help.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you were gonna
Just-
say just don't be there.
Just
Now,
in
okay.
case. You
She's
know,
most definitely going to try and
when-
run.
when you let them know that you have the body of, well, multiples of us, I'm sure there's going to be more than one person that's going to want to come to look.
She nods and goes, "Sure."
And well, you either die then or you die now. So, however you want to look at it.
You know, you had it me before you had to threaten me, but I'll take the threat into consideration. She puts her helmet back on, kind of shoves the beard back in, and starts walking away.
So just to make sure I have a deal with somebody, I guess I'm gonna do this, and I fucking grab the hand of the idiot.
He shakes your hand and looks at you and goes, "Oh, we're married now."
No,
that
that's
said,
not.
you're still marked, so I know where to find you.
Yes!
The Dragonborn smiles and goes, "I'm marked. Good to know. I
No,
look
I'm
forward to
not
marking you
talking
as
to
well." And he ignores what you say, turns around and goes off to the hill dwarf and goes, "I get to mark him next time." And he kind of rubs his hands together.
I just look
She's
at
got a
Tick Trick and I
husband.
go, you know, he's gonna be real good with Cameron.
Bastion got a husband!
Tickdrick, you hear in your head, suddenly a spell hit you saying, "Tell everyone whoever kills the leader of the island slaver nation first gets 25 million gold."
Jeez.
You hear this in Sieko's voice, kind of go off in the background.
Can I reply?
Yeah, I think sending.
Those allow a 25 word or less reply.
I saw the Sieko. Sieko, come back. Rylos did this, and he's coming to the city. We can jump him and kill him.
Okay, you're under 25. You suddenly hear this in your head, Sieko. Equest suddenly... are you coming out of your stealthy quest, or are you just kind of going to hang out in the background?
Once I finish, I will be coming out.
Alright. As you see, a quest kind of like almost comes out of what looked to have been the smallest of shadows that have been cast by by the sun start setting, and seems to look pretty happy, wiping their face slightly and then just coming out to the rest of the group. As you come out, you see the hill dwarf is gone, the dragonborn are gone now, and the former tiefling you watched suddenly be turned into a white is still standing in the center tent with Bastion and Ticktrick.
Oh, there you are. Equise, was it?
Yes. Equus. Hi.
Thank you for your assistance. Was that... I don't know what you were doing up there after you shot that arrow. It was like... kind of looked like throw up or something.
I tried to do something, and it didn't really work out. But that's fine. Hopefully it'll work out next time.
Say, do you want to help us with something?
Oh yeah, sure. What am I doing?
We're going to... you see this statue here? This likeness of this person?
Yeah.
We're hoping they come here and we're going to kill them. And anyone else who comes here.
And of one condition, can I eat them?
Forgotten Song. Are you okay with them eating Rylos after? I don't really care.
Rylos being eaten? I mean, after we're done with him, he might be more of a mush, but if you like that, sure.
You can eat the mush, I guess, if there's mush.
I will also mention, as you're having this conversation in the background, Quest, since you're kind of facing them and the white is behind them, you see as the white picks up the pike and banner, and the banner changes to this really corroded-looking metallic material from cloth, and carved on it looks to be like Bastion's mouth in a dark blackish color, kind of like looking like it's laughing with a slight opening to it. And as it kind of picks up and holds it. Just to kind of give that real emphasis in the background of what the party you're joining.
And also, we could pay you, I guess, if you want money.
Yeah, I'll take that.
How's 2,000 gold sound?
That's a lot, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not that great with money.
Oh. Mr. Demon Man thing. Is 2,000 a lot?
How about right now, don't worry about paying for it, and you can help us.
Oh, I was saying I'll pay him for helping.
Oh, you pay. Oh, well. I mean, he did that voluntarily. Why would you pay him?
Although,
more incentive to not run away if it
Do you
things get
pay
bad.
me?
No,
I would
but we
like
have similar
you to.
goals. But no, we have similar goals, and we split our loot that we gain. So I guess that's technically the payment.
I mean, 2,000 gold for somebody that volunteered for something, I would say is a lot, but
Well, I don't know. I don't have the trust in that.
generosity is important.
You have
to
enough
some
money.
People.
I know how much money you have.
Not
You're
really
fine.
for me. I don't give a crap.
You said pay me.
Alright. As you two continue your arguing, for a moment you see as Bastion seems to deregister for a second in the background. His eyes kind of fogging over. And Bastion, you see the life of this person for a moment as the soul is absorbed into your body. Not knowing exactly what it does, but as you start to see this vision, you see in one of the old castles far to the north, through the vision of this what you assume is this tiefling that you just turned into a white. You start seeing a throne room standing right next to, and in a really heavy suit of armor, next to Tikva that you immediately recognize, and then you see Gaul, and roughly of Gaul, though I don't think you've ever directly met him. Gaul being a famous person in the world, you'd have some basic information about him.
Didn't I turn his thing into a hot poker?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so no,
That's
I've
the hot
never
poker?
met him.
Yeah,
I just
you
know of him.
Yeah, you know of him. You see him, and then you see Zaya kind of kneeling with some strange humanoid that you can't really get a clear picture of. You can tell they're human, but for some reason something clouds that part of the vision. You look like you're in a throne room guarding as a royal guard right next to the queen herself as she's having an audience. And then the vision kind of cuts away. And as it does, you hear the words of Zaya speaking and saying Bastion's going to be a problem as it fades out from the vision. Equest, as you look on now with the 2,000 gold, give me an intelligence check to see if you can comprehend if that's actually a lot of money. Because I'd assume along your travels you would have come through a couple of... Oh my god.
maybe not.
That's not super bad.
No, it isn't. As you've come through a lot of towns, and, not particularly like going in and visiting and seeing everything, as you've been kind of avoiding a lot of the loud noises, although a lot of it's interesting to study at night, as you found. It's also especially fun to stalk interesting people. in your experience, you know that 2,000 gold is something that you remember hearing some thieves talking about while hiding outside the city after getting a haul from like a young noble that they seem to be referencing. And like showing fancy clothes and like this big pile of money, and they both started fighting over it and trying to kill each other until one of them limped away that you eventually would finish off, leaving the money behind, not really interested in it. But you would assume that 2,000 gold is enough to kill for these people who surround these like big cities to kill each other for.
That must be a lot. Or maybe not. Animals kill everyone over everything. I will keep this.
I also kill everyone over everything.
He does do that. But mostly if it's like related to his story and who he hates. Like that tiefling right there.
Oh. Speaking of, are you gonna eat that?
Eat what?
The mush?
That needs to stay there because of the potential scrying.
Oh, okay.
You can't really get rid of it. I will go in my bag and pull out the sending stone connected to Centauri and speaking to it. Centauri, are you alive?
You suddenly hear the ground starts to shake slightly, and you start to hear rumbling of rocks all around you all. A few seconds of this continues. And then out of the ground, you see little spits of water, or what looks to be a thick water coming out until this rather large slime, if those who play Dragon Quest, think king slime size, popping out of the ground and like now towering over you at 25 feet tall, almost as wide. And yeah, there you go. And
does he have a crown?
He does have what looks to be a metallic crown from some metals has eaten, and you notice it's a mithril crown on his head.
Nice.
As he seems to come out of the ground, towering over all of you, and just you see the Pudge kind of nods. A slight humanoidish face is finally starting to show up with emotions now. Although you do notice they look to be like pieces of rock or metal that that Centauri's organized to make look like a face.
Nice. Glad to see that you're well, friend. Do you know what happened here, or were you not paying close attention?
You suddenly notice a large circle of teleport being cast all around you lot.
Hey, what the?
And you see that Centauri's doing it as you feel magic coming from him.
I didn't want.
And Centauri suddenly teleports you, and you find yourselves all suddenly standing next to Sieko as he is just getting to the water's edge and pausing for a minute so he can cast Water Walk.
I have an expanding battleship.
Oh, that's right. As you watch, you appear, Sieko is just making it to the edge, right a little outside of Kadesh, or Kadesh, yeah, whatever, the northern port city of the Dwarven lands. Seeing a large tree kind of pluming out of the center of it from this distance, you watch as Sieko kind of like skids the boat out like a skipping rock to make it get out to the deeper water, and it expands out as you all come together, and that is where we're going to end session for today. We'll be picking up with you guys on the ship at the beginning, or at right coming to where your destination is. So the party will get some free actions this week. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. And before we go, we don't have Daka thoughts, but because the party did get XP, and I always like to reward XP because I don't want people claiming I don't give XP, that is... Well, you only get the XP from killing the one creature, so I'm sorry to say for that. So let me go ahead and do my math here. Alright. There. And then I'm just doing this based on also solving things with diplomacy for a total of 2,800 XP for the encounter.
It's 2,600.
2,600, my apologies. We thank you all for watching. I totally don't do math for a living, and we will see you guys next time. on Friday for Wolf's D&D. Also, look forward to a special D&D session, hopefully on July 4th. The DM is going to run probably a one-shot that night. So
Is it involve fireworks?
No, but it is going to involve the very stone DM, so be forewarned. You will be able to get away with pretty much everything. I'm going to be kind of creating a fun little session. But we thank you all for watching, and we will see you there. All right.
Good session.